Hey guys, this is Jake Sewerman here. I am playing Need for Speed Heat, and I have an easy way for you guys to get $1 million, or sorry, rather 1,000,000 rep points by doing this trick I'm about to show you. Now, I first started doing it during the daytime, because during the daytime, you get money every time. What I do is this long jump here gives you I believe it's like it says here 3,000 every time you jump it. Now, if you get 3 stars, you get the 3,000, or I think it's more than that actually. I don't remember, but I swear it was a lot more than 3,000. I got it, but either way, you get a lot of points for it when you do that. And I would just keep going around and around and keep on getting so many monies every time. What I say is like 6,615 you actually get if you had 3 stars every time you go around. And if you had 2 stars, you would get like 4,900. So either way, that's pretty good. You do that, say, 10 times or whatever, you easily get yourself 50,000. And I did it quite a lot and got up to 1,000,000. But it got me thinking, why can't I do that at nighttime? Because it says right there 1,600 rep points. So I started, I thought, hey, I'm gonna do it at nighttime. So I drove here during the day, so that way I could avoid cops on the way to here. And then I hit the button to go to night, and I just started driving around doing laps. Now, cops don't start showing up until you hit like Heat 2, and by the time you hit Heat 5, as you figure, they're probably like really aggressive. But I found out while going around the track that I could easily lose them. And after I lose them for a while, as long as I don't keep on seeing me, they'll go away, and all they'll keep doing after that point is just bringing back the chopper. And that chopper, it's even easier to get away from, because within 10 seconds of him seeing me, it says I escaped. And so they just keep on calling off their searches, and every time they come back to try to search me at the helicopter, half the time they don't even see me, and they just leave. So this is a real easy way to get 1,000,000 rep points. And once you hit Heat 5, instead of being like 1,600 or whatever, every time you hit 3 stars, you get about 8,800 or so rep points. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this will take you maybe an hour or so, an hour and a half at tops. But every about 7 minutes, you get another 100,000. So the hard part is going to be to bank that, because you have to leave here and without, getting like busted or anything. You have to get to a safe house. So depending on where the cops are, I might try this one, or I might try this one, or maybe this one, as right now there's no cops on that path. Now, if you're early in the game, so you would have a safe house, I want to say around this area, because I remember there was a safe house here, but because of my progression of the game, that safe house is no longer there. So and also the car I am using, let's see, is a Porsche 911 Turbo S Cabriolet. That's 18. I got it souped up to 334. Now, it doesn't have to be that fast, but you want to make sure you're at least fast enough to try to get the 3 stars every time. Now, if you only get 2 stars, you're still doing fine, but it'd be better if you had 3. Alright, so I'll go back to the race, and this will probably take me about 7 minutes, at 10 at most, if I have any trouble, to get from where I'm at to the million. And then from there, I'll try to get to the garage. This is also a good way to, if you want to get a Heat 5 race going, and just the garage after, that's also another good way. Or if you want to save the cops 100 times, because every time the cops catch you, it's easy to escape from them. The hard part is that they don't seem to catch you as often. But so I just got caught there once. Now, 3 stars, 8,820. And as you can see, within about 10 seconds, I've already escaped. This is like super easy. The only thing it is repetitive, but it's really easy. And I was worried for a while that the trick would be hard to get, the 1,000,000. As you can see, I had a little trouble there. But now 2 stars, 34.45, so it's not bad. But I mean, this is like, this really works. I mean, it's great. And you know, tell your friends and everybody about this video, because more people that know about it, the more likely your crew members will know about it. Or if you can, tell them directly. But if everybody in the crew does this at least once a week, I mean, you guys would level up to 50 and get that awesome sweet car in no time. I mean, and then there's also a trophy for individually get to level 50. And as you can see, next level for me is 39. By the time I get to 100 or 1 million, I'll probably be at like level 40 or so. So that's, I mean, there's so many things you can do with this. If you want to get yourself to level 50, if you and your crew want to do this so you can get your crew level to 50. Because I don't know about you, but I've seen that car at level 50 and I really want it. Now, I don't know what happens if you get busted with $1 million, because I know you like lose a lot of money, and the heat multiplier, it does something, but the way I figure, as long as you don't get busted and you get to the safe house, you know, this whole thing's not a loss, not a waste of time, and you'll get your trophy, plus, you know, you'll unlock the like level, like for me, I'll be at level 40 by the time I get this done, possibly. So I mean, you'll unlock so many different things like cars and such. Now for me currently, the most I can do right now is a heat level 3 race. So I don't know if I have to do a heat 3 race, then a 4, then a 5 in the same night or just in general. But I mean, this is an easy way to the heat 5. It only took me about maybe a half hour to the heat 5, if that long. The longest part is just getting up to $1 million, but you don't have to do that every time you want to heat 5. But again, you know, get your crew to know about this. If you guys, if all 32 of you can do this at least once a week, that's 32 million rep points for your crew. Now, I'm not going to say that that's what gets you level 50 at one time, because every level gets more and more. I think like 29 or whatever, 28, it's like 800,000 required. But still, you guys do that once a week or maybe more. After a few weeks or so, you should get pretty close to level 50. That's assuming if everybody does it. Now, obviously not everyone's will do this, but I mean, it's totally worth it, I feel like. You just want to make sure every time you do this, you get to the safe house, because you have to bank it. Oh, another cool thing I thought of just now. So you gotta do the Heat 5 race, and most likely you're gonna get chased by a cop during the race or after the race. So if you're able to, don't try, you know, just outrun them. Try to get back to this racetrack, because if you get on the racetrack and keep going around and around, they're not gonna be able to catch you. They're gonna quickly lose sight of you and then go away. And at that point, all you gotta do is get to a safe house and you're good. See how easily he could have saw me and just never does. Now obviously you're going to hit 3 stars every time, and that's fine. As long as you hit at least 2, you're making it, you know, almost half as much. Now I probably would do a little bit more than $1 million, so I can have it showing as next level 41. So that means I would be at level 40 when I go and turn this in. But yeah, look how close I am, and I've only been doing this for maybe an hour or so. Now I probably would get it more if I started using my boost, but I can only do it about once every lap, or once every like 2 laps, because it takes just a little bit longer than I needed to for the recharge. But you could do like 3 smaller boosts, or you know, something like that if you wanted to. Now what I did for my setup is if I hit the circle button once, I can repair some of my car's damage. I figured that would come in handy if I'm getting chased by a cop outside of this area, and they're hitting me. Because you can only use the gas stations 3 times, and you're not always going to be near a gas station, or so this would just help you out. Now I could use mine right now and it would repair my car completely, but I would rather wait till I'm about half as much damage. Now every now and then I get some BS and I end up just wrecking my car or completely missing that jump. Sometimes it acts like you hit a big raise on the ground when you move over. So if that happens, don't worry about it. Just keep on moving once you get back on the track. Now I'm over 1 million at this point. I'm gonna keep going until I get 46,000 more, so I get to level 40. But not just because I wanted to level 40, but also because when I started, it said this night 35,000 or something. So just in case they don't count that, I'd rather make sure I have that much extra. Just because I'd rather not waste all that. I did it a little too late. Oh well. I know that sometimes you can like hide from the cops, like if you're like out of sight up in the hills, but sometimes they still see you, so it just depends on how well you're hidden, I suppose. Alright, so about 4 more laps here, maybe 5, I should have it. And again, if this was daytime, you could you would get about 6,600 dollars every shot every time you do that. So if you're wanting to get money, this is a great way to get the money as well. So just keep that in mind. Alright, so I get one more 3-star jump. I should be good to try to leave. Unless the cops are trying to search for me, then I'll just do another lap or so. Okay, maybe one more lap. And you're not always looking at 3 stars, unless you got like a 400 plus rating car, but okay, so I still got what 94. I literally thought I had it that time, guys. All right, fine. One more lap should do the trick. You know, I only get 1 star to do the trick. Alright, so now I'm level 41. And I definitely recommend like pausing every 100,000 or so just to get your hand chance at reps. But I don't remember how you exit this place. Ah, here it is. Alright, so now I have to plan my way back to the garage. Let's see. There's one here, it's pretty close. And there's one here. And it looks like either way there's no cops patrolling. Now this might be the closest one, but there's like many cops around, so for me, let me get rid of this marker real quick. There we go. Alright, now for me, I need to take that route back. Now, as you can see, I got a Heat 3 race over here I could do. Obviously, I'm not going to at this time because I don't want to, you know, lose everything I just earned. But, you know, you can do the Heat 3 race, and then, you know, hopefully it'll give you a Heat 5 eventually. Now, I will be pausing every so often just to make sure there's no more cops still, just to be safe, because I don't want to, you know, screw things up at this point. It's still good so far. One more turn, I'm safe. Now before I do this, I'm going to check something real quick here. So my crew, currently we're only at 27. Now we'll probably only get to maybe halfway up to 28. But I mean, just, you know, think one level. That don't sound like a whole lot, but if everyone did that, you guys would easily go up like, I don't know, 20 levels or something. So it's worth it. See, there we go, cashing in. Trophy. Over 1 million. Level 27, try 40. Now if I wanted to do that again, I'd probably get to like, you know, 45 or something. And then every time after that to 50. Got 22 things unlocked. Viper, Chevrolet, Corvette is Porsche 911 Turbo is a different one, it looks like. Audi R8, McLaren. McLarens are nice cars usually. Another McLaren, the Spider. Ferrari Italia, Ferrari GTB, Lamborghini Huracan, another Porsche 911 GT2, Lamborghini Aventador, not sure. Then another one is Murcielago, 17 Ford GT, Lamborghini Aventador. Sorry, I'm reading today. Another one of those. Porsche 918 Spider, McLaren P1, Ferrari LaFerrari, Aston Martin Vulcan, Pagani Huracan, and then a McLaren PT1 GTR. Also got Elite Parts unlocked. And there's a lot of things, guys. And it's still going. But the only thing in this game it seems like this will be hard for me is getting all the drift ones at 3 stars, because I suck at the drift challenges. However, I'm really good at the story drift missions, because those you got like plenty of turns you can do, and it's easy to get way more than what the required is. But on the actual challenges, you only got like maybe 3 or 4 things to go through, checkpoints, and maybe like a few turns in between each one. So it's like really tricky and difficult for me so far. But otherwise, everything else seems to be kind of easy in this game. You just, have patience. So that's it via map. Go to the dealership and see what car I can get. Yeah, since I got a female character, I have Sewer Girl as its plates, just be, for fun. But yeah, I gotta say, I really like this red chrome metallic, style look to it. It's pretty awesome, I think. All right, enter dealership. There's a lot of cars unlocked that I would love to be able to, race around in, but I'm good at the absolute best. Jeez. So I need another million for this car, guys. Holy shit. Oh, damn. So I might be doing that in the daytime now some more. So the most recent, the car I had unlocked last. Let's see. So that's, I believe, what I'm currently using. I want to say this was the most recent car I had unlocked before I started doing this. And so I was 278 when I got it. Now I'm like 330 something. So obviously I want to get the highest number of car that's also meant for on-road racing. So that's what I prefer. Yeah, 360. Actually, that's really cool looking. $363. Holy shit. Actually, you know what? 400 plus for this one. So I may just be better off just wait until I get to level 50 and then buying this one. But if it's anything like this one, I'm probably going to need at least another million. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do some more work on going around that track and getting up to another million. But like I said, guys, it's it's worth it to get it. So anyway, I'm going to end this video right here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, and again, tell your friends and crew member, so that way you guys can get to level 50 and then you guys will be able to get this bitchin' looking car. I don't know about you, but I want this car. That is badass. Sweet as hell looking. So yeah. Anyway, I'll see you guys next video. Peace.